How's everybody doing today? It's another day in the neighborhood. We're having fun, and I'm going to start out talking about what zone we're in next week. We're almost through with zone 3. We've been working real hard to get our bathrooms all pretty and spruced up. And next week we will be in zone 4. And zone 4 is our master bedroom. And if you have a master bathroom, we're going to focus on that too. And we're probably going to dig into that closet. And you know what I'm talking about. That closet is probably in pretty bad shape. I got some brightness on my face. Let's see if I can turn the camera a little bit so that it's really bright out there. Anyway, so we're going to focus real hard next week on getting your master bedroom. Sorry about that. Getting your master bedroom lovely. I mean, lovely. When I put my hands up here, the color gets better. I don't know what's going on. Just tweaking the camera. I may have to put a blind up over that window. That'd be strange. So, master bedroom next week. We've been working on our bed all month, and so that's one thing you're not really going to have to deal with much, but Monday we're going to change our sheets, and we're going to take care of a lot of things we've been I got to remember to turn off my notifications because my tweets just keep popping up on my phone. Anyway, we're not perfect. This morning I accidentally sent out our new tool at 8:30 in the morning instead of 8:30 at night. So that kind of started the day out on the wrong foot, but I think I got it fixed where it's going to go out tonight. Most of the time when I post things into Constant Contact, I do it for AM. I rarely do PM. So it's all muscle memory for me. It's just all this muscle memory, and I'll get it down in just a little bit. I'm making me a little checklist to a sort of control journal for posting all the things that I need to post. I don't know why it does that. It's just I'm all flushed out there, and then I put my hand up and it changes. Don't know why it does it. Anyway, so next week, master bedroom, we've got the bed taken care of. We've been practicing that habit all month, and it's working well for many people. They're finding out they love their bedroom again. We're just going to get some detailed cleaning done in that master bedroom because allergy season is around, and I have a lot of friends who are dealing with allergy season, and people are sick everywhere because of the pollen and the dust. We're opening up the doors. And we're going to get that bedroom clean. Really clean this week. So it smells good. And we're going to use our feather duster. So it looks, trying to find the feather duster. Yep. This little puppy, look at this. This little puppy can get some dust up. It is amazing. Amazing. And plus next week I'm going to be traveling on Friday, going to Mechanicsville, Virginia. I have a speaking engagement, and it's in our event section on our website. And I'm going to be speaking for an event for Meg's Miles, and it's just a terribly sad story, but something good has grown out of something bad, and it's just going to be wonderful. It deals with a young mother who was a runner like Tammy, and she was killed running one morning on the way. She was killed running, and the person who hit her was a drunk driver at 8 in the morning. So this family lost their mom, their daughter, their wife, and they set up this fund, a charity to help people. And I think it's going to be a beautiful day, and we're going to get to bless a lot of people. My friend Hannah Keeley is going to be the keynote speaker in the evening. I'm going to be the keynote speaker in the morning, and I'm just excited as I can be to go there. So Fly Lady Laura and I are going to head out Friday morning. We're going to get it done, get up there, and then get back home because I really like to be home. Robert hasn't been away from me since we were doing the conferences last spring. So I kind of like to be home. I'm getting a lot of stuff done, and we have this great new tool to help everybody, and it's called Fly Lady Express. If you haven't checked it out, please do. If you haven't seen it, our feather dusters, the feather dusters are not plucked. They are molting feathers. These are the feathers that come off of a male ostrich. And the male ostrich has these luxurious feathers underneath his arm. And these feathers they molt twice a year. And when they molt, they get picked up. And these are there's very few of these feathers in the world. It's about 2% of the feathers that are collected are these feathers. There are other, the tail feathers and other feathers, but these are wonderful feathers, and these birds are taken good care of. They're really special birds. So we don't need to check with PETA because we know where these feathers come from. And they're not a byproduct of the meat industry. They are animals that these feathers are harvested from these birds. And they molt. So it's part of what they do. Anyway, I love our feather dusters. And anyway, so next is we need some questions. So I'm going to answer some of your questions. I need some questions. So Fly Lady Liz will tag them and put them on top so I can read them. And we will answer your question. Let's see. Is there a way that you can first do the first month free for the Fly Lady Express situation? I love the emails and want to get the emails on a daily basis. Well, it's $4.99, and right now we have a special going on with a discounted that takes a whole $1 off of the cost. So it's $3.99 for 1 month. That's less than the price of a cup of coffee at Starbucks. So I don't think we can give it for free right now. I'm spending close to 5 hours a day doing the things that go around this one email going out. So it takes a lot of time out of my day to do this, and I've got people in the company helping me, but I have to put it together. So let's see, another question. I need more questions. If we have questions, I'll give you answers. So with zone 4 is a whole week, and then after that we're only going to have one day in zone 5. So I try to read some of your comments. It's hard for me to read and talk at the same time. I know Scott Adams has the same problem, so he just kind of says, I'm reading your comments. Somebody Liz tag something so that I can. What is a little cue of what the new book is about? Well, it's a little different take on things. I've done a lot of writing this spring, and I'm so happy that I've done my part. Now we've got to go into deeper editing. She told me the next time I see the book, it'll be all put together into a flow. So I'm excited for it. It's going to give you a lot of tips, a lot of little sticky notes to put up, and you're gonna love it. It's a little lighthearted, and I think you're gonna have some fun with it. And I can't wait for you to see it. The cover is absolutely adorable. But how can I keep dust under control? I have to dust every day. Well, it only takes 2 minutes to dust with a feather duster. 2 minutes and you can dust your whole house. And then it might take longer than 2 minutes if you haven't dusted in a while. But if you will run around the house and feather dust, you're going to keep the allergens down, you get the dust out. And, if dust is really building up, you might want to shut your doors and turn your air conditioner on. But right now, I like having my doors open. I love my feather duster too. It makes me happy. And it makes the work easy because the feather duster can just go around things. And it just doesn't take any time at all. Hey, Sherry from Franklin, Tennessee. Let's see. I'm trying to reduce clutter for my move to a smaller place, hopefully within the next year. What are your favorite tips? Well, start decluttering the stuff you don't love, you don't have a place for, it's sitting out in the open. Get to decluttering and be vicious with it. Don't just say, oh, I might need that one day. Don't do that to yourself. Let's get this stuff out of your house. Now, you don't want to, if you don't love it, you don't want to take it to a new, smaller place. You're going to clutter up your place before you even know it. Then start packing up the stuff per each room. So pack up the stuff in your kitchen that you don't use every day, but you do use. And then box that up and number it and put it on your little master sheet so you know what's in that box, and label the box and color code your boxes. Get some big wide Sharpies and get a different color, like the coloring box of 8, and color code your rooms so that when you move, those boxes are going to go into that room, and you can put a post-it note above the door so people will know that that's the room where the red coating goes to. And it's going to be good for you. You're going to get rid of clutter, and you're going to only have what you need. And it's going to make your life easier unpacking. In fact, you can probably unpack in a day or two if you get rid of the clutter first. You don't want to have a million boxes to just sit there and you never open them again because you don't know what's in them. And then when you do need something, you start searching through all the boxes and they throw up all over your house, your new house, and it's a mess. Okay, let's see what this question is. Will there be any emails? Will there not be any emails coming unless... No, Judy. The regular emails are going out just like they've always gone out. I'm just doing this different thing for people who only want one email. Now, it upset me that every day we have 100 people unsubscribe. And that makes me sad because I know they need me or they would have never joined. And then they get overwhelmed and they unsubscribe and they think they're going to get it on Facebook. Well, Facebook doesn't get our messages out there because we're conservative. We believe in families, and the message doesn't get out there. So yes, the regular emails are going out. You hadn't missed a single one. In fact, I actually added a new one this past week on the fly, which is going to help to reinforce your habits with some great tools that we have. I think what's been missing, we used to send out testimonials about our tools, but right now we're just focusing on the ones that are on sale, and people are missing out on the great tools that we have. And the on the fly message that I sent out this morning, I tried it in the morning for those who wanted it in the morning, was about our declutter kit. It's an amazing tool. And it also helps you declutter. But when you're not decluttering, it can be your laundry basket. Or get one for laundry and one for decluttering. And I keep all three of them in my bathtub. And it's whites, darks, and colors. 3 baskets. A white basket, a black basket, and a hot pink basket. Because we got to have some hot pink in our lives. And that's what I use to sort my clothes as I take them off. Now, when one basket gets full, that's a load of laundry. And I tie the handles up in a bow tie. And then I take them to my basement steps. And I lay it down flat and roll it down the basement stairs. And it's so much fun. I have to holler, like, don't worry, I'm not falling down the steps, honey. So he doesn't think I've fallen down the steps. But I do it to keep me from falling down the steps. And it's just a great way to get the laundry downstairs without me having to carry a basket and not hold on to the rail. So that's what makes it a safety thing for me. Plus, it's colorful. Each person in the house could have their own set of laundry baskets. And then that way, when they get a load of clothes, one filled up, they can do a load of laundry. Next question is, how do I keep a clean home with young children? Well, you got to stay on top of your routines. Fly Lady Liz, she has 2 kids. One of them's in kindergarten, but he only goes a half a day from noon until 3. And then she has a 1-year-old. And she does her routines. She gets more done before I get out of bed in the morning than anybody, because she has routines. And yet she still works from home, but she still works. She makes videos for us. She answers the Facebook questions. She posts things on Facebook. She is a hard-working mama, but she does it. She has a routine to her day. And she has a way to keep the baby occupied when she's got to spend 15 minutes working. She has a way to, she has a time to fix their breakfast. She gets up and gets dressed immediately upon getting up in the morning. And she puts her makeup on and her shoes. And that gets her started for the day. It makes her day start off on the right foot because she has her shoes on. And those shoes empower her. Now, one of the reasons people have problems with little kids is they're chasing them around all the time. You got to direct your children. You are the director of this little play going on at home. And they need to learn to make their beds. So teach them early how to make their beds. And a fun way to make your bed is to make a snow angel in the bed. And little kids like to do that. Now, I'm past menopause, so I don't have night sweats anymore in the bed. But if you need to air your bed out, then fine. Take your pillows outside and hang them up on the clothesline. Most people don't have clotheslines anymore, so set them in a yard chair and let them air out. The sun does wonderful things for our pillows. But, the day we change our sheets, you can let your bed air out. You don't have to make it that day until you get your sheets ready. It'll make that bedroom smell good when your stuff has been aired out. Let's see. Back to the little kids. At the top of every hour, if you have to set an alarm for 60 minutes every hour, at the top of the hour, then pick up and put away. I have this little puppy running around the house, and I'll put all her toys in a box, And the next thing I know, it's a game for her to pull them all out. Well, that's what the kids do. So you've got to get them all back into the box. So teach your children how to pick up after themselves. We had a tornado in Lynchburg Sunday. Lynchburg, Tennessee. We were not used to that kind of weather. Suggestions on how to prepare in advance for an emergency. Well, you need to have the weather alerts on your phone. All of us have a phone with us. There's no reason not to have a weather alert on your phone to tell you that there's a tornado warning. We are not really in tornado country, but I used to live in West Tennessee, and that is tornado country. Now, if you have a basement, that's where you need to keep your emergency stuff for tornadoes. It's just a few minutes and it passes, unless you're stuck down there and the tornado has hit your house. So you need an emergency radio, you need your phone, you need chargers, you're going to need some water, and maybe if you get stuck down there, you might need some food. But for the most part, you have to be able to get a hold of somebody. And tornadoes aren't fun to go through. I remember going through one when I was a child up in Indiana. Yes, I lived in Indiana one summer, and it was a horrifying experience. Hearing the sirens go off. A lot of places don't have sirens that alert that there's a tornado coming, but we got our phones. And if you'll set up a weather alert app on your phone, you will be safer. I mean, I'm all the time telling my sisters there's some bad weather coming. Get ready, because I got a son that's a weatherman. Okay. And I hope you didn't have much damage from the storm. We had a big wind come through on Monday, and I was going to shut the back door. We had the door wide open, and we had it latched so it's attached to the wall. Well, it got unlatched, and about the time I got to the entrance of the door slammed on me, and my hands caught the door, which they shouldn't have, but it would have hit me in the face if I hadn't done that, and broke my nose. So my hands could have gone through the door. And then at the office, the wind, we had I don't know if it was the same gust of wind or what it was, but the office, the door came off the hinges and broke. It didn't break the door, it broke the hinges, and it was just awful. Justin said it was terrible. He thought Jack had fallen in the back, but they had the back garage doors open, loading up the truck, and it just happened really fast. So stuff happens, and you got to be prepared. Sometimes you just have to be aware that the wind is blowing really hard. And, when it gets really calm, that's a scary time too. Let's see what we got here from Vicky. Vicky, so I lost it. Lost the question. I think I unpinned it. See if you can pin it again, Liz. I must have unpinned it. Vicky's question. I can't find it either. My friend Karen has written an amazing book. And Karen, if you'll post a link to it on Amazon, I'd be happy for you to do that. It comes out next week, next Thursday, on the 24th. It is a daily meditation book based on Fly Lady and the Bible. And I think it's going to be an amazing book. I've seen parts of it, and I can't wait for it to come out there so I can have my own little meditation right beside me every day. But she has worked hard on this book, and if Karen wants to post a link to it, that would be good, because I can't wait for you to see it. Let's see. I'm sorry I missed that question. I was touching it and it went away. I unpinned it. So if somebody will pin it back, it'll be good. I have one room that doesn't benefit, this is from Beth, that doesn't benefit from the routines and zone attention. Any ideas what I'm doing wrong? Well, number one, you're not picking up after yourself. If that room stays dirty all the time, you're not putting things away when you get it out. The room that I'm sitting in right now used to be piled to the ceiling. It had a bathtub right there in front of the bay window, that is the cat's window, and it became our junk room. There was a half bed on this wall, and it had storage underneath it, and it was filled up with junk, and then the whole room got filled up with junk. And before I knew it, you couldn't walk in here. And I eventually, that's because of Stash and Dash. Do y'all know what Stash and Dash is? Stash and Dash is when company's coming and you shove everything into your master bedroom, because that's what a lot of you do, or into your extra bedroom. And then you shut the door and dare people to go in there. So you got to pick up after yourself, and you got to declutter every day. If you don't declutter every day, the clutter is going to pile up because we bring something home every day. So you have to stay on top of this clutter day in and day out, because if you don't, it's just going to pile up like it did in this room. Just pile up to the ceiling. I'm going to have to get me something right there to block the sun. I don't know what it could be though. Anyway, Vicky's question was, she has 3 grown children, and they have lots of stuff at her house. She wants to know how to get them to come and get it, or what to do with it. Okay. Is it boxed up? Have you turned their rooms into something else? Well, I had a friend who took one big bedroom and turned it in and put 2 full-size beds in there like you were in a hotel room, and she turned the kids' rooms into visitor rooms for her house. And she just turned it into a hotel room, which I thought was wonderful. You got to set a date. And if your kids have their own place, then you're going to have to set a date, or every time you go visit them at their own place, you take a box to them. But it's got to be boxed up and ready to go. And you got to label it. And then that way you can slowly get it out of your house. Each time you go visit, you take them a box. And after a certain date, maybe it's 2 months out, maybe it's 6 weeks, then you let them know that you're going to donate the stuff. You're going to get it out of the house. And that'll get their attention. They don't even know what it is. They probably don't even want it. But if you take it to their house, you haven't asked them to do anything. You just give it to them. It's their gift from you every week. What do you think about circular automatic self-vacuums? Are they worth the dollars? I have a Dyson and I love it, but it's time consuming and our dog sheds a lot. Well, I'm going to tell you what. One year, that was my gift of choice. And I gave one to my son, which he re-gifted to his sister-in-law. And then for some reason I forgot that I gave him one, and I gave him another one in a couple of years. And now they absolutely love it. My daughter-in-law homeschools, so while they're upstairs in the school room, she used to be a public school teacher. So while they're upstairs, or while they're running errands and going to different classes in the community, the little Roomba does its thing. And they have to empty it every day. Now, we have the carpet sweeper now, which is a great little tool for keeping your throw rugs and your middles and all kinds of things clean. And it does a great job. And We've got tons of videos about that, and it's not noisy. So check out our little carpet sweeper. You'll like it. You really will. Do you know a good way to clean calcium off of faucets? We have very hard water. Join the crowd. We have hard water too, and I get calcium deposits in the toilet, and I actually have to take a little flat stick, really a dowel, and chip them off of the bottom of the toilet. The water that gets on your faucets and stuff, when you wipe your faucets down after you use them, say you dry your hands, if you dry your faucets and stuff, you'll stop it from building up. But you might have to take a little butter knife and just chip away at it to get it down. And once you get it under control, you can keep it under control. I don't like those chemicals that you get that's supposed to get rid of that stuff, but vinegar works. Vinegar's not a bad thing, and it'll help get rid of some of those calcium deposits. But a lot of times I just use a thumbnail or the edge of a little knife. Nothing that'll scratch anything, but it will get it and take care of it. Any advice for those of us who are flying with illness and disabilities? Well, my tip for you is, if you're able to get out of bed, you need to get dressed to shoes. No ifs, ands, or buts. If you can get your butt out of the bed, you have to get dressed to shoes. There's no sitting around in your pajamas all day and feeling sorry for yourself. You got to get up and get dressed, because the shoes are going to give you energy to do things. They're also going to keep your feet from swelling, and they're going to help you to be able, and I'm not telling you to clean all day. I don't tell anybody to clean all day. But they're going to help you to get up and do something for 2 minutes. Maybe go shine your sink. Maybe go put a load of laundry in. It'll every 15 minutes, go do 2 minutes worth. You'd be surprised at how much you can get done in one day when you do that. But you got to be dressed to lace up shoes. And you need to put on some fun music, because that fun music is going to get you energized too and help you to quit feeling sorry for yourself. And it's all about the attitude up here. I promise it'll work. If you can get out of bed, you got to get your butt dressed. That's all there is. No excuses. I had to fuss at my sister just a couple of days ago. The love of her life, they weren't married, but he passed away. And she's hanging out in her pajamas. And I said, Leanne, you got to get dressed. You got to get dressed. You can't, and you got to get out of the house. Find some place you can volunteer. Maybe there's a soup kitchen close to you, or a church where you can go fold bulletins or something. I don't care what it is, but you got to get out of the house. And you got to do something to help others so that you quit feeling sorry for yourself. And she agreed. She was on her pity pot. And that's a terrible way to live. You got to get off your pity pot. And you got to do something with your life instead of feeling sorry for yourself. So get up and get dressed. If you can get out of bed, the rule is you have to get dressed. Even if you need somebody to help you get dressed. That's what they do in nursing homes. First thing in the morning, CNAs are helping all the elderly people get dressed, because we feel better when we're dressed. We really do. Let's see. Do you use any furniture polish with your... Oh, heavens, no. You don't ever use any furniture polish. It's not good it's not good to breathe. It's not good because it evaporates into the air. I don't use any furniture polish whatsoever. I just, sometimes if things have gotten really dusty because we've had the door open, I'll get one of our rags damp and wipe down my furniture. Because I have a cat that likes to get on things. But the feather duster does a great job. But sometimes you want to see it really clean. And that's when I get out my silver rags. Now, silver rags right now, for 3 of them, $7. no excuse not to try them. And they're good for taking your makeup off. They're good for just about anything. I love these things. I use them as for the arms of my chair. I have the bronze rags. They match my chair, and I have them on the arms of my chair because they're soft. And then I have a handy for cleaning my glasses when they need it. So I change them out once a week. Next question. What is the best way to get rid of odor out of a couch? I've used baking soda sprinkled on it and then vacuum. It's according to what has happened to the couch. You know, if you've had a critter, we had our little puppy threw up on the couch this weekend, and yep, I had to clean up puppy puke, and it wasn't fun. But I got it up, and then I rinsed it real well I used a purple rag, and it got up all the gunk, and then I washed the rag again, rinsed it out, wiped it down. Using baking soda is good, but you may want to take the cushions. Here comes somebody. Here she comes. She heard me talking about her. Yes, she did. She's a good puppy. Yes, she is. You want to see her? Come here. Come here. Come on. She heard me talking about her. She's getting too big to pick up. Yeah. She's getting too big to pick up. Yeah. Yesterday, I got to give her a bath. She went out and jumped in the pond. And got pond muck all over. And she came in covered in mud. So I had to put her in my clean and shiny sink and give her a bath. And she loved it. Our silver rags they look just like the Norwax ones, except they don't have silver in them. You can't put the Norwax rags in the microwave, and you can put ours in the microwave. I forgot the question I was answering when I saw the Norwax thing. And ours are much cheaper. A whole lot cheaper, because we're not a multi-level marketing company. It's just us trying to keep the doors open, trying to keep helping people. And your support helps us to pay the people that help me help you. So thank you so much. I didn't know what a Norwax rag was either until last year. I don't really know much about the company. How to remove dog hair off of a fabric covered sofa. I got a video for that. And it's on YouTube. And we have cat hair and we have dog hair. And they both get on the sofa. So sometimes my sofa is covered, and I use the Rubber Scrubber. It's amazing how well it does. It is just amazing how well it does. I got to remember to turn off my notifications next time. This is driving me nuts. Anyway, take your cushions outside. There's some Febreze stuff you can put on things, but that covering up a scent with a scent drives me nuts. If it's animal pee of any kind, you can get a product called Nature's Miracle, which works really well for eliminating that urine smell. So you just have to stay on top of it and get it outside. Leaving the cushions out, if it's not going to rain one night, wouldn't hurt either if it's not going to get too heavy with dew. I wish you would have gotten more purple when they were... Well, see, the silver rags are just like the purple rags. They really are. I don't know why people don't like the silver rags. But I like the silver rags because you can see the dirt rinse out of them so nicely. The purple never show dirt. And the bronze never show dirt. But if you take your makeup off, you can see your makeup on this rag. Look at the videos that Liz has done. She and her mom They just blew me away. Why do you put your rags in the microwave? Well, sometimes you might want to sterilize your rag and you just want to zap it for 15 seconds. And it works. And sometimes if you put your wet rag in the microwave for like 10 seconds, then you can wipe down the inside of your microwave. Yes, we do love purple. I got on a purple shirt today. It makes me happy. Really does make me happy. Y'all give me some more questions. Why the different colors? Well, the reason we have different colored rags is because I like to color code things. It's just that simple. I love to color code things. So the purple rags are for, heavy duty cleaning. Bronze rags, you can keep I wipe down the really dirty stuff outside with the bronze rags. A silver rag I keep in the bathroom. I keep one in the bathtub and one under the sink for wiping down stuff. This thing gets the skin off of my legs and off my elbows and knees. It exfoliates. It takes the makeup off. In fact, we're working on getting a pack of 12 that are cut into 8-inch squares. Let's see if I can do it. We talked about it this morning. 8-inch squares that are just for taking off makeup. Give it a purpose. I know y'all get creative, but sometimes you forget what they do. I ordered the silver rags. I did it again. I don't know what your question was. Put the other one back up. I ordered the silver rags and they're not any different. They wash and dry the same way. The main thing, you don't want to put them in a load of towels. You want to do a load of rags all by themselves. Nothing else in there. Well, I do put my microfiber chenille cloths with them. And I have a basket that stays in the basement, and I just dump them in, and when I get a load, I run them. But you have to have plenty of rags to do that. I ordered some of the silver rags, and I was a little skeptical, but they worked good. Was I wrong? They are. Oh, thank you. They are great. They just grab stuff. They even get paint. If you've ever had a car ding you in the parking lot at the grocery store, you're going to be, and you got a white streak on your black car, you're going to take a rag out there with a little water on it and wipe it off, and that spot will come off. What is your solution you use to swish the toilet bowl? Well, if you have little kids around or puppies that go in your bathroom, you might not want to keep a vase filled with half of, that you get for Mother's Day. And Mother's Day is coming up, and you're going to get some, I guarantee it. You're going to get collections of body wash and bubble bath and different things, and it's going to be this weird smell that you don't really like, or you don't use bubble bath. You can take that bottle of bubble bath and pour it in your vase, and then fill it up with water again to get all the soap out of it, so you can recycle and pour it in the vase. So you've got a 50-50 solution of soap, and soap is soap, and it smells good, but you don't really want to smell it on your body, but it still smells good. I even put conditioner in this bowl, and I finally ran out of all the soaps, body washes, bubble baths that I've been given over the years, and now I'm using Dawn dishwashing liquid, a 50-50 solution of that in my toilet bowl brush. I've even put really old dog shampoo in my toilet bowl base. So soap is soap. Look at your cleaning stuff. If you've got old bottles of Mr. Clean or something under your bathroom sink or under your kitchen sink, dump one at a time. Don't mix chemicals. Don't ever do that. But soap is soap. And just do one part of the cleaner and one part of of water. Let's see what Mel says. I am ready to declutter my home. I have to touch it to make and start flying. Where do I begin? Go shine your sink. Go watch the shiny sink video. It's almost had 1 million views over the last 8 years. And that was my second video. Go shine your sink. It all starts with shining your sink. And if you shine your sink, then your countertops get cleaned, and keep that habit going. Shine your sink every night. Every time yesterday after I gave the puppy a bath, I shined the sink. I had to disinfect it because, I had to use more than just soap. I have some Comet cleanser that I keep under there for emergencies like this. But I wiped the sink down really well, washed it good, rinsed it well, and wiped it out. And it is beautiful again. So, shining that sink and getting that habit of keeping that sink clean and shiny is going to change your life. Because when you do that, your kitchen's going to stay clean. And start cooking. Every time when you go in your kitchen to cook, start with a sink full of hot, soapy water. When the water's hot and soapy, you can rinse your hands. You can I use a purple rag in my kitchen sink to wipe down the counters and stuff. It cleans things so wonderfully. You just have to pick up after yourself, wipe down things, empty your dishwasher often. This week I've been putting things in the dishwasher that don't usually go in the dishwasher, like my steam kettle, and I also put another kettle in there. I had 2 kettles in there, cleaning things. With an empty, when you need to fill up space in a dishwasher to run it, that's when you start pulling things off your kitchen counter, sticking them in the dishwasher, and then put them away when they get finished. I empty my dishwasher as soon as it runs. Let's see what Joy says. This month's habit is easy for the kids to do. Is it possible to have kids' habits every month? We are looking at moving in a year, so I want them to be ready when that happens. Wow, that's a great idea. So Joy, Liz, put a post on Facebook and let's talk about the habits that the kids could have. I could do that quite easily, to practice a kid's habit every month. I've been telling them all about the making their bed, because if the kids make their bed in their room kind of looks clean, even if there's stuff all over the floor. So making your bed can keep your parents off your back if you just practice it. So next month, let's see, April's making your bed. May is moving in May, getting out and get, exercising. And this is always good for kids to exercise. And with the weather getting better outside, then getting the kids out and playing outside is going to be good. So I'll think about this kid's habit each month. Liz, you try to collect some ideas. So moving, we can go right along with moving. June is drinking your water. July is swishing and swiping the bathroom, which is always a good thing for kids. They like to swish and swipe. It teaches them how to clean their bathrooms without you being too much of a perfectionist. August is doing their own laundry. September's before bed routine. October is paper clutter, so dealing with paper clutter. Kids bring home papers every day. Get in the habit of bringing home paper and getting rid of the paper, letting it go. You can sing this Let It Go song. November November's menu planning. So you can get the kids in the kitchen helping you. Each one can be a helper in the kitchen and learn how to cook something. Each kid have a day to be the sous chef. So this is a good idea. I like this. Take note, people. We're going to try it. What is your solution for my dilemma? My husband says it's too noisy and my husband says I'm too noisy and need much light and need too much light to get dressed on the weekends. Currently, I grab my keys, put on my shoes, on my PJs until my husband wakes up. I can't see it all. Well, here's what I do. I go get dressed in another room if Robert's sleeping. My clothes are in my bathroom, which is across the hall from our bedroom. And I just pull the door shut a little bit. I go into my bathroom. That's where my clothes are laid out because I picked them out the night before. They're in my bathroom and I can get dressed. And don't let him ruin your routines. You get dressed and maybe you want to put a little fan in the bedroom so that it makes a little white noise, or you can get a little white noise machine or turn the phone on some white noise so you can drown out the noise you're making. I try to be courteous when it comes to Robert. I try not to turn on the TV. If I turn the TV on, I put my headphones on. I find the TV station on my phone and listen to it with my headphones and not turn the TV volume up. So I'm considerate of him sleeping, but I also don't let him sleeping mess with my routines except for making the bed. And then I'll go back in there when he gets up because I can hear him kick the shower on. I get the bed made while he's in the shower. No time at all. Let's see. What does Barbara say? Arthritis help and ideas for making cleaning easier. Don't do too much at one time. That's it. Don't do too much at one time. Feather dust for 2 minutes. Set your timer for 2 minutes. You can cook a whole meal 2 minutes at a time. You really can if you start early enough. You just can't allow the disease to run your life. You've got to figure out how to work around the problems that occur. My mother had rheumatoid arthritis. I have a sister with rheumatoid arthritis. You can get up and do things, but you might not be able to stand for very long periods of time. And my mother, it would take her about an hour to get going in the morning. And we got her this bathtub that she could get in, nice warm water to get her joints moving. Another thing is if you have a mattress pad that warms a little, that'll make sure your joints are not cold during the night, and that could help you too. Let's see, I have a 2-year-old and a 3-year-old. What kind of chores or responsibilities besides picking up toys can I teach them to do around the house at that age? 3-year-olds like to swish and swipe. They like to play in water, even if it's toilet bowl water, but you teach them not to touch it. And then they can pick up their toys, like you said. They can help in the kitchen. They can help you fold laundry. They can take laundry to the washing machine, and with the little step stool, they can put laundry in the washing machine. They can do everything you can do. You just have to let them. You just have to let go of your perfectionism and let them play at cleaning. Our little mop and our rubber sweeper and our carpet sweeper all shrink down. You have to take a pole out of the carpet sweeper, but they all get to be kid size. Let them help you. Buy one for them because they'd have their own tools. So if you're going to mop the floors, let them have their own little mop. They can mop the floors. How else are they going to learn? And if it gets right down to it and it's a nasty rainy day outside and the floors need mopping, put them in their bathing suits. Put some shaving cream down on the floor with a little water and let them swish and swipe the floor. Not with toilet water, but let them swish around, slide around, slip and slide on the kitchen floor, on the bathroom floor, on the entrance floor. Just let them have fun. And they're going to beg to clean your floor. They really are. New flybaby here. Advice and words of wisdom for getting some major cleaning done before we go pick up my mom from the airport tomorrow morning. Take a deep breath. Get dressed to lace up shoes. I'm trying to see. I can't see all of it, but I'm going to tell you what to do. You're going to do crisis cleaning. Is her room ready? You got to focus on her room. So you got to make sure the sheets are changed and everything, and the bathroom she's going to use is clean. That's the first thing. But you got to be dressed to shoes before you start. And then set your timer for 15 minutes and work on the guest bedroom. Then set your timer for 15 minutes and work on the kitchen. And set your timer for 15 minutes and work on the living room. And then you're going to rest. This is the most important 15 minutes of the whole hour. You're going to crisis clean. You're going to rest for 15 minutes. Do you hear me? You have to rest, or you're going to crash and burn. You have to rest. Then you can set your timer. After that 15 minutes is up, you can set your timer for 15 minutes and start in again. And if you've gotten her room clean and the sheets changed and her ready to go, then you can start putting together some pretty stuff for her. Maybe get some, go pick a flower out in the yard and put it in a vase in her room, unless she's allergic. And then do pretty stuff. But set your timer. It's called crisis cleaning. 15 minutes, 15 minutes, 15 minutes, and then rest for 15 minutes. And you're going to rotate around the house because we get bored. And I don't want you crashing and burning. That's why the house stays a mess. Do you hear me? Don't do it. And then in the morning, before you go pick her up at the airport, I want you to get dressed to lace up shoes, fix your hair and your face, and eat breakfast so you're not, a screaming lunatic trying to get ready. I want you to get it all done today so you can rest in the morning and be calm. Because your mother can tell. Your mother can tell. Do you have any tips on how to keep up with dishes for people without dishwashers? I feel like I spend every minute cleaning the kitchen. Okay. This is a good one. You have to set down some rules. You understand? You got to tell the family what you're doing. I want you to clean out from under your kitchen sink, and I want you to go to the dollar store, and I want you to get a dishpan. Now, you might have one that you brought home from the hospital or that you got from your grandmother. You might have a dishpan. And put that dishpan under the sink. Now, with the dishpan under the sink, when you go in there to start dinner, you can wash up those few dishes and get them out of the way. It's that simple. You wash dishes morning after breakfast, noon after lunch, and anything that's piled up during the day right before you cook dinner. It's only going to take 5 minutes. You're not washing dishes all day. That's whining. You just have to do 5 minutes. Put the dishpan under the sink. Have people put the dishes in the dishpan. Make sure they scrape off the stuff. And then you pick the dishpan up, put it in your sink, put some hot soapy water in it, wash them. Right then. 5 minutes. Not even 5 minutes. You can do it. And then teach them how to do that. And tell them you want it done and that they can't take their dishes into their bedrooms and bring them and pile them up after you've shined your sink for the evening. No dishes leave the kitchen after dinner. Make it happen. You can do it. I'm mouthy today. Let's see what M has to say. I know your teachings. What my new housemate doesn't understand my daily routines, especially specifically not noise worries. I don't understand that. But my housemate says I'm lazy and sleep all day, but I'm trying I can't read it all. Let me unpin it. But then I can't find it if I unpin it. It's gone away now. I can't read it all. I don't know. Well, all you need to do is care about what you do. And I would suggest, if you can, live without a housemate. They can make your life miserable. I know about this. I had a housemate one time, and I actually had to leave home because I couldn't stay in the house with them. They drove me nuts. And then when Robert and I got engaged, he wouldn't let me go back up to my house. And it was just awful. So I took all my stuff and brought them down here, and we got married in just a couple of weeks. So main thing, you do your routines for you. Don't let anybody get in your way. And if the house is clean and shiny, you can take a nap if you want to. Don't let anybody else bother you. Do you dust or vacuum first? I'm just going to start crying. It doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. That's your perfectionism. Catch it now. Stop it. Stop it. The feather duster collects all the dust. If you use a damp rag to dust, it's going to be in this damp rag, and you can rinse it out in the sink. It doesn't matter. Anything you do will be better than not doing it. I promise you. Anything you do will be better than not doing it. So let that go. Let it go. Let's see. Well, y'all, I got one more question. I'll take Peggy's question because she has the same name as my mama. If I do 15 minutes in one room, then 15 minutes in another room, and 15 minutes in another, and then rest, how do you keep from having a partially clean house? I don't understand the question. I was just discussing crisis cleaning. Mama's coming over, and you got to get the house clean. I don't understand how did you keep from having a partially clean house? Well, you're doing just the surface cleaning is the main thing. You're doing surface cleaning. You're not cleaning out from under anything. You're getting things where it looks presentable. You're giving your mother a present so she's not going to nag at you because your house is messy. You understand me? This is not something we do every day. We do our mission. We look at our flight plan. We check our calendars for tomorrow, which, let me tell you, y'all, I missed a hair appointment yesterday. Can't you see this mess? Missed a hair appointment yesterday. I called her at 10 minutes till my appointment, and I said, Teresa, is my appointment next week? And she says, no, Marla, it's in 10 minutes. I said, I'm so sorry. So we set it up for next week, which is just before I leave to go on the trip, and it'll look good for when I'm over there. After an hour, you start over, but you might get it pretty good and clean in that hour. But you gotta rest. And it's not something we do every day. We don't even do 5-minute room rescues every day. We run around the house and we can do 27 fling boogies. We can do 5-minute room rescues if you want to work in a room that's the messiest. We make it easy on you. My morning routine is 15 minutes, and that's to get dressed, to lace up shoes, empty a load of dishes in the dishwasher. I can do my floors while the coffee's brewing. It's amazing how much I can get done in that first 15 minutes of the day. And my house looks ready for company all the time. It really does. I love you all. It's been a great hour. I hope you've learned a little bit. Go check out Fly Lady Express. Right now we have two coupon codes you can do. One's for 15%, but why would you use that when we got one for 20%? And this 20% one goes off on Sunday. So it is, get this, it's Swish 096 is the coupon code for the 20% discount. It's only good until Sunday the 22nd. And then we'll have a new one. So everybody, go get your silver rags while they're $7 and have fun this weekend. What you doing on date night? That's tomorrow. Have you planned anything? Plan something fun to do. I think I'm going to take Robert up on the Parkway tomorrow afternoon late, and we'll go to the Pisgah Inn for dinner. That's what I think I'm going to do. That'll be fun. Instead of going out to the city, just go up on the mountain. Just have some fun. Saturday's Family Fun Day, and Sunday is Renew Your Spirit. And I sort of talk about in Fly Lay Express a little bit about that. There's 3 R's to renewing your spirit. Sit down and read a little. You know, we never get to read. I read a book every week, but I'm not reading a book. I'm listening to a book. And so reading is good. Relaxing. What was the other? Reading, relaxing. And I'll have to look it up, but it was really good. And then I threw in a 4th one, which is religion. So worship and have some fun. Have some fun. Read, relax. Oh, I can't believe I can't remember. It was so good this morning too. I'll think of it in a minute. But it's going to be in the flight plan for Saturday night. You'll get the flight plan for tomorrow if you don't get Fly Lay Express. Check out Fly Lay Express. I think you're going to love it. It's all the emails except for Testify of the day. It's got everything you're going to need for tomorrow. And it's one email that comes out at 8:30 in the evening. Check it out. I think you're going to love it. And we'll still be doing the other emails. But those of you who just want one email, I don't want you running, kicking and screaming, and unsubscribing so fast that your head spins. And it happens to 100 people every day. I wish those 100 people would try Fly Lady Express. I love you all. I'll see you next Thursday. It's a good day. And the dog didn't bark today. Yay! She was quiet. See you later. Bye.